It happened. Oh my God, Casey, it happened.
No one did it. No one did it. It's his
It
dream.
did. The funniest 2023 continues to be the funniest year in mixed martial arts history, Casey. Oh, I can't believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth. I can't believe a lot. But Sean Strickland is your new UFC heavyweight champion, taking a unanimous decision win over Israel Adesanya at UFC 293.
A dominant win.
Dominant. Not even close.
It wasn't
Not even close. Oh, let's get into it, because this is the UFC 293 post-fight press conference. You see the screen in the middle. Our boy, the wonderful, the esteemed Jose Youngs is on site in Sydney, Australia for one of the biggest upsets in MMA history, Casey. And you and I here to talk about it while we wait for fighters to come back and talk about to us. And I got to be honest, God love Alexander Volkov. Ain't nobody want that man to come back there right now. This is a one-man show. We'll get Dana, I think, is there. We'll get some of that. But we are all now just waiting. Maybe we'll want to see what Izzy says if he does speak. We are all waiting for the new middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland. And like you said, Casey, dominant. He didn't dominate him with takedowns and grappling. He just outboxed that dude for 25 minutes, something that most people would have said was not realistically possible, that Strickland's own coach said was a tough ask. And he just did it for 25 of them, man. I don't know what to say. All right, Casey.
I don't know what I'm watching anymore.
It's the best.
It is the best. It is the best. It is the best.
These are the nights I live for. Like, this is why this sport still has its hooks in me after, at this point, almost 20 damn years. I guess maybe it's even more because of this. But let's listen to Dana White, and then you and I can talk about the only thing that matters.
This is insane.
52,290. It's the highest gate for an indoor arena in the history of the continent. Attendance was 18,168. Total sellout. Bonuses of the night. Fight of the night went to Kape and Dos Santos. Performance of the night went to Tafa and Strickland. And one thing that I really want to point out, and somebody that I really want to thank, is the Premier, who got us back down here, and good to be back in Sydney. Thanks to him for all his hard work and love of the sport. How fucking crazy is this game? How crazy is this game?
It's one of those ones where you just sit here for like the next week going, what the fuck happened there? You know?
23 years when I'm looking at the internet and reading all the bullshit and all these people that think they know about fighting, and I'm not fucking sitting here acting like this is what I thought was going to happen here tonight. But what do I always say? Never judge a fight until it happens. You never know what the hell is going to happen in this batshit sport.
Would you say this is one of the biggest upsets in the history?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Australia, the two biggest upsets ever in the men's and women's division has happened in Australia.
What did you think of, we'll start with Israel, right? What did you think of his performance? I think some people are saying he looked very flat early on. He looked like he sort of didn't deal with the pressure Sean was giving him very well. What did you think of Israel?
Israel looked like he was in slow motion. He looked like he couldn't get off. He looked like he was really stiff tonight. He looked very slow.
Do you think that could be, you know, we always talk about his activity, but maybe there's something to be said that he might be overtrained at this point and maybe needs some time off? Or do you think it's just, hey, sometimes you have a bad night?
Only Israel knows what's going on. I'm very curious to see what he says at this press conference tonight. You know, there are a million things that could go wrong. Some days you wake up and it's just not there, man. You just don't, it's not there. He looked bone dry when he came out tonight. Standing up really tall, looked very slow, looked like he couldn't get off at all. Even in the fifth round, when everybody knew he needed a knockout to win the fight, there was no sense of urgency to try to finish the fight. So I don't know if he's hurt, if he's, or he just, you know, tonight's that night.
Yeah. Did you speak to him in the cage at all?
What's that?
Did you speak?
Yeah. I said, you okay? He said, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Then go to Sean Strickland. You know, he did what he's had to do, right? He came here, 100%. He beat the champion 4 rounds to 1.
Came into hostile territory, the whole world talking shit about him, the whole world saying he couldn't do it. A 7-1 underdog, came in, almost finished him in the first round, and won the championship, won the world title, man. So everything that we're talking about right now about how crazy this sport is, when opportunities arise, you jump on them and you take them. And, you know, you should never turn down fights, especially if it's for a world title.
Yeah. Sean's an interesting character, right? To have his champion.
You think?
Yeah. You know,
I'm sure it's going to get crazy in here in a little while.
Yeah. Just this week we had the thing with the fan, and I know that he was kind of exaggerating as he does, but do you need to say, like, look, if you're going to be our promotions champion, can you cut some of that out? Or do you just think, well, let's just see what happens?
You know the answer to this question. Listen, we put this guy in the spot, and, you know, there was no, holy shit, we didn't know this was going to happen going into this. You know, who the hell knows what's going to happen in here in 15, 20, 30 minutes whenever he gets in here. So it is what it is. This is the fight business, boys and girls.
Yeah.
And he is one of the nuttiest in the sport.
Yeah. Outside of that, the Manel Kape fight against a newcomer who looks amazing too, in Dos Santos. You know, you gave it fight of the night, but what did you think of that great flyweight matchup?
Yeah, fight of the night, and you know, wow, how durable and tough that kid is. I love kids. Again, a kid that got an opportunity, and he came in. He didn't come here to just show up and get paid. He came here to win tonight. I think that kid has a really bright future.
I know what the answer is usually to this, but Manel's post-fight speech used a homophobic word.
Yeah, I was flying around a little bit tonight. I think these guys get, you know, get a little excited, and you know, you make bad mistakes. Radke did the same thing, you know, and you know me, we didn't run over to him and say, you better apologize, and you better. He did that on his own. You know, when he got back stage, he was embarrassed and, you know, got caught up in the moment. And did you guys talk to him tonight? No. So he felt like he was treated like shit, and, you know, all that stuff, and, you know, got emotional, and whatever reason. We make mistakes. I am not holier than thou either. So we've all been in positions where we made mistakes, and like I always say, it's how you recover from it and how you carry yourself after you make the mistake. And he came out and apologized on his own free will. We didn't tell him to do anything, and the fact that he did that means he means it. You know, I don't make anybody apologize for anything. You do what you want. You're grown men and women. You know, you're able to say whatever you want. He did it. He came back. He was embarrassed, and he apologized. So, sure, some people will accept his apology, and some people won't.
Last one for me, just going back to the madness of the main event. You know, traditionally we see dominant champions get an immediate rematch, right? But Israel just had one of those with the Pereira fights. So do you kind of, I know this is a Tuesday question, but do you sort of think, well, let's just book it again because Israel looks so off? Or do you just sort of see how the division plays out and leave Israel on the side for a moment?
No, I think you do the rematch. Absolutely. I mean, the rematch is interesting. That could be the thing too. You know, when you think about, you're going into the Pereira fight, such a big fight, you know, and you've been in there with this guy so many times, and then you overlook Strickland, and you come in and you know, I don't know. I don't know the answers to these questions, but Israel does, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Thank you.
Dan, is there any medical update on Jack Jenkins? He's one that his arm snapped in half in there.
Yo, yeah, I know. Yeah, I think I don't have any updates here medically, but I think his elbow got dislocated. It just says right elbow here, but it doesn't say. I think it was just a dislocation.
And I'm just curious, how do you come up with a list for bonuses tonight? Because, like, obviously Volkov became the third fighter ever to get a Ezekiel choke. Tyson Pedro had a big performance to kick off this main card. So how do you narrow down just 2-3 names on a
I mean, Pedro deserves something too. There's guys that these guys we felt won the 50,000, and other guys that did really well tonight will get kicked some money too.
And so this is just kind of going off. This is just me being curious. Have you ever thought of just doing like a stoppage bonus rather than a performance bonus, like a finish bonus for just anyone who gets a finish, rather than selecting 2 or 3?
Nah, this kind of works.
And last one for me. You guys announced the UFC game. Fedor's in it. Did you have to fly to an island to get his permission?
We did not. No. Yeah, he's in the game.
How'd you pull that one off?
Listen, I don't know. I guess he wants to be in the game. We paid him an obscene amount of money. I don't know, one or the other.
Hey, Dana, just a quick one on Sydney. I mean, it was pretty remarkable to see CKB with 6 fights on one card. What's your reaction to sort of what the gym's been able to do in the region and just the card overall?
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible what that team has done. And, if you saw some of the footage leading up to the fight, how many people are in that gym training at one time, and they treat Izzy just like they treat everybody else, and Volk, and it's impressive. It's impressive what they built here.
For a rematch like Strickland and Adesanya, if that does happen, do you do this in this region yet again because of the fan base, because of the support, potentially maybe even New Zealand, or is that something that you think happens overseas now?
I don't even know. When you start looking at the rest of the year and laying out the card, and then getting in, we're already into we're into March of next year. So as far as fights go, so I don't know how that'll play out, but it depends on how fast these guys want us to come back here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dana, you mentioned fights booked up to March. Is UFC 300 going to be in April? Is that what it's looking like?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Have you started thinking about that one at all?
No.
Because we had Volkanovski back here. He said if him and Islam both win their next fights, he would have to headline. Izzy said earlier in the week he wants to be on that card. People haven't started coming to you yet?
There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen between now and then.
Yeah. Laura Sanko joined the commentary booth for a pay-per-view debut tonight. Did you get to listen to much, and what did you think?
Yeah. The commentary team tonight was awesome. They killed it. Yeah.
Do you think she'll get more opportunities on pay-per-views going forward?
Sure. Yeah, she's a rock star, man. She's very good at what she does.
Yeah, and earlier this week, Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou did a press conference ahead of their fight, and Tyson was saying after this one, he wants to revisit the John Jones fight, potentially, that you guys were working on. Is that something that would appeal to you at all, depending on how that goes?
I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
What do you think of Francis, that he was able to get that fight? We haven't heard you really speak on that.
No, good for him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dana, just over here.
Yep.
The last time the UFC came back to Brisbane was 2016, and I know you have the deal with Sydney for the next couple of years, but does the UFC have any plans to come back to Brisbane at all?
Plans to go back to where?
Brisbane.
Where? Brisbane? Yeah. Yes. Listen, we're gonna go everywhere now that hopefully the world is back and heading in the right direction again. Hope that stays that way, and yeah, we're going to be traveling everywhere again. There's still so many places that we haven't been since COVID, the beginning of COVID. So still a lot of traveling to do.
And just another one, Tom Nolan is just up the road from me. So I thought I'd ask a question of do you have any timeline of when we can see him debut? Tom Nolan, the Dana White Contender Series.
What about him?
If you have any timeline of when he'll be debuting.
No.
And then just lastly, the eternal featherweight champion Justin Van Heerden made weight on Saturday as a backup. I'm just curious if you happen to know him at all, and if so, what are your thoughts?
Did who make weight? Ken? No.
Hey, Dana, just over here. I was wondering, did this card surpass your expectations? Because we had a ton of finishes, a ton of great fights, and then obviously, an absolutely amazing title fight in the middleweight division. How did this card match up to your expectations?
No, this card absolutely met my expectations. Obviously, I expected a completely different, main event. Whether Izzy won or Strickland won, I expected. I didn't. Nobody saw that coming. That Izzy would come in flat and slow, and whatever's going on with him. I don't think anybody expected to see that. But no, the card lived up to my expectations.
And speaking on Tai Tuivasa, obviously a tough loss tonight, but I think Tai really falls into that category of fan favorite fighters whose stock never drops too much with a loss. Do you kind of see Tai fitting into that category as well as a fan favorite fighter that we're always going to tune in to see?
Yeah, and to be honest with you, when you talk about it exceeding expectations, that fight did. I mean, when you look at the monster he's fighting, the reach advantage, the power that guy has, the size difference, everything. Tai fought a hell of a fight tonight.
And last one from me, Gabriel Miranda had a very, very dominant submission victory over Shane Young tonight. I was just wondering where you sort of see the ceiling for him and what's next for Shane Young.
Listen, when you get these opportunities to come in and take these fights and it's like when we talk about the Contender Series on Tuesday nights, when you get these opportunities to come in and you shine like you did in the big show, yeah, it's a big deal. It's a very, very good thing.
Hey, Dana.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of questions this week to the fighters about if they'd be interested in fighting on an Auckland card. And Dan Hooker admitted this week that the rumors were made up by him. Are there any truth to the rumors? Are you potentially coming back to Auckland in the next 6 months?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I was just at a press conference on Tuesday, and they were talking about, we heard you're doing a fight in Minnesota, and all. Nothing is done until we announce it. There's lots of, when we get together on Tuesdays for matchmaking, we kick a lot of ideas around, possible matchups, possible places, but until we announce it, it's never true.
Dana, the other day, Sean Strickland during the open workouts brought a fan on stage and had a bit of a boxing sparring session with that fan. What goes through your mind when a situation like that happens? And we noticed that fan was sitting with the fighters next to Justin Gaethje tonight, funny enough. So just wondering what your thoughts around that.
I don't know what I think of that. He's definitely different. He's very different. And, I don't know. He's a different guy. You got me on that one. I don't even know how to answer that question. Yeah. Guys good? Yes, sir.
Dan Hooker said at Q&A on Friday night that Volkanovski's next fight was planned to be around February next year. Can you confirm that?
Not till we confirm it.
Fair enough.
All
And just final question. Do you see Alex Pereira potentially finding his way back into this middleweight title picture if he doesn't succeed at light heavyweight?
I don't think so. I think he'll stay at light heavyweight, it'll be, I don't know, but I don't think so. I don't see him cutting back down again. It's a lot of weight to cut. The guy is a monster.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you.
Casey, I would love to talk about the things that Dana White just said, but something more important has happened. Sean Strickland's the middleweight champion of the goddamn world.
What? Are you serious? Are you serious? I just woke up from a coma, so I don't know what's going on. So are you telling me
the funniest year?
Sean Strickland is the best middleweight in the world right now? Well,
I don't know if I'm telling you he's the best, but he is holding the item that typically signifies being the best in the world.
He's the best ultimate fighting champion right now. That's true.
Again, I am not certain that he is the best. I am merely certain that he is holding the thing that usually and historically goes along with being the best. And it is this sport's so dumb. It's the best. I love this so much. This is about to be the most fun, presser, post-show. Everything this week is going to be insane.
I thought this was going to be an early night for a pay-per-view. I was like, okay, Izzy's going to win a round and a half. Cool. We'll go, Izzy won. It's DDP next. That Tai Tuivasa was a good fight. Volkov. Ezekiel choke. And then we'll move on. But no, we're going to be talking about this freaking night for a long time.
It is.
God dang it.
Oh, my goodness. I love this so much. Let's address what Dana White said very briefly while I still wrap my head. Because the biggest thing that jumped out there, there are a lot of questions, but about the thing that matters. He seems to believe that we're running this back, that Izzy deserves it and that they should do this. This is the second time Izzy's lost the title in the last year, dropping it to Pereira in November and now dropping it to Strickland. Do you think this is I know where I stand. Would you like to see an immediate rematch here?
I personally always hate immediate rematches. I would like to see Izzy versus DDP whenever that makes sense. I just don't like immediate rematches. But if you're doing immediate rematches, if you're doing what sells the most tickets, what sells the most pay-per-views, maybe. I was kind of surprised. Mr. I don't book fights. Kind of already pushing this rematch already, which kind of surprises me. Which kind of tells me also the UFC does not want Sean Strickland as their champion, which I kind of said a lot. Because Because when we had Sean O'Malley knock out Aljo, we weren't going, oh, there's going to be rematches. We know there's not going to be a rematch because the UFC clearly wanted Sean O'Malley to be their champion. And, I was surprised by that. What actually happened, I don't know. Is that the best thing for Izzy? Who knows? I think I'm like Dana, actually. As much it's going to be nice to hear Strickland, what he says when he comes to press conference, I am really, really curious what Israel says because.
I'm not. I know what he's going to say.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna be like, yeah. He's going to be like, yeah, knew Strickland was tough, but thought I would have him. Look, he showed a lot better defense out there than I thought. I was having trouble getting my offense going and pressured me a lot. Maybe he might hint at a bad camp. He's not going to come out and say it directly. He's not just going to do that, but he might make some hints about some things that went wrong and couldn't get started. And credit to Sean Strickland. He won the belt. I'd love to get it back there. I've been here before. You all counted me out, and I came back and knocked out Pereira. I'm going to do it to this guy.
Way to ruin the fun. Way to ruin the fun. But
Losing fighters are the most predictable of all people in this sport, and especially because we literally just saw this less than a year ago. We saw him come and make the defeated speech, and so we can just say it's going to be the same.
This feels so much different, though. This feels so much different. This feels.
It is. Look.
Oh,
here's the
thing.
We'll
find out.
Oh,
we'll find out.
Boom. Let's listen to him.
I had a different plan for this, but again, life throws curveballs at you. Thank you. Win or lose, I wasn't going to say much anyway, but right now, I lost tonight to the better man on the night. And I just want to go with be with people who care about me, my team, and they're waiting for me. So I'm going to do that. But I will leave you in the capable hands of a man who is much smarter than me. I'll admit this on worldwide national media. I'll leave you with Eugene Behrman. He'll handle this for the first time. I want to go chill, have some breakfast, build my family, and yeah, till next time.
Interesting from Izzy. I don't hate that. And here's Eugene Behrman.
Definitely not protocol, but we want to. This is our team. This is how we do it. He wants to go. He wants to be protected, and it's our job to protect him. So, if this is what he wants, this is what he gets. This is his time right now. He's in a time of need right now. So, if I have to sit up here in front of you guys, then I have to sit up here in front of you guys for him. If you have any questions,
yeah. Huge. I think most people would agree that was not the Israel Adesanya we're used to seeing in there tonight. He looked slow, he looked off, kind of fatigued early. Can you tell us anything about his performance and maybe why that was the reason? What was the reason?
Look, the universe does things, and I feel I think Sean's a great fighter, and I never once thought that Sean wasn't capable of beating Israel. But I thought if Israel performed to the fullest of his capabilities, it would be a very hard fight for Sean. There was an alternate kind of universe where if Israel performs his poorest or poorly, where Sean could win. And I'm sitting in that universe right now. So he had an off night. Training camp was great. I'm not going to make any excuses in regard to that. Leading up to the fight week was great. Sparring partners, everything, all the technical little things to do at the camp, they were all perfect. So there's no excuses there. He came in, he had an off night. He couldn't see the same things that we were seeing. We couldn't make a good connection in the corner. It was just a frustrating night, yeah. But why was it a frustrating night? Well, it was a frustrating night because of the opponent. Don't take nothing away from the opponent.
Dana has already been in here and said, we'd like to see a rematch. Do you drastically change things to that? Or do you think, well, we think we got it right. Israel just had an off night and hope that that doesn't happen again?
In my career, I've been involved in a few rematch camps, and they're very, very difficult. Why are they so difficult? Why is a rematch camp so difficult? Is you're trying to find other stones to leave unturned, but you already haven't left the stone unturned. So it's almost an impossible task. You're trying to find another level above the level that you've already achieved, but it's not achievable. So it's very, very difficult when you go into these rematch camps. And at this level, I've done a few. The Pereira one just recently. It's very, very difficult to do a rematch camp. But like I said, I don't think we have to change too much, but we will find something because we have the benefit of time. So we will get down to our usual business as a coaching team, and we'll find something to add to this camp, and we'll win the rematch.
Would you like that rematch as soon as possible, or do you think maybe some time off could be beneficial for Israel?
Well, I asked Mick if we could have the rematch next weekend.
Okay.
So whether he grants it, I'm not sure, but I'm just very confident that we can change the outcome of this fight with very minor adjustments. What I'm saying is, we couldn't get Israel to enact our plan. There wasn't much cohesion in the corner. You have nights like this, and I think we can do the rematch tomorrow, and I think we can have a good night.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I'm just curious. In that first round, when Sean landed that blow that did drop Israel, was there any moment that like that was the moment maybe Israel didn't recover, or it just caught him off guard, or did that just set the tone for the rest of the fight?
What Sean did, and again, give massive credit to Sean, okay, but that right hand, I wouldn't say like it was our job to pull him out of Israel's hesitancy. What Sean did was he made Israel very hesitant, and again, that's all credit to him. How did he make Israel hesitant? He bit down and threw every time Israel threw. He countered no matter what. So was there going to be a counter when Israel came in 50% of the time, 65% of the time, 100% of the time? Sean was going to bite down and counter. And when you're faced with that proposition, there's very, very difficult. There's a mental block that's put up. And you have to find a way to get around that mental block. And Israel struggled with that all night. And we struggled with it as well.
Were you surprised at all that Sean didn't try to maybe grapple more in there, and maybe that throw Israel off his game?
Not necessarily. We were prepared for both. We were prepared for Sean to stand, because he's shown that in the past that he doesn't necessarily have to wrestle to win a fight. And we were especially prepared for Sean, if his awkward style was giving Israel difficulty, we were prepared for Sean to stick to that, stay the course, which he did. And we tried to find the adjustments, and we just couldn't tonight.
And final one from you, just about yourself. A lot was made. You had 6 fighters on this card, so I guess at the end of this whole fight, like obviously Shane and Blood and Israel the night didn't go their way, but you had other fighters that were successful too. So just after this fight, how was the whole night for you with all of your fighters so active?
I just got together with my team. I told them all, I said, look, at the end of the day, we had 6 guys fighting. We had 3 guys lose, but we had 3 guys win. And that's something to be celebrated. And this achievement, getting ourselves to this level, to this point, and those 3 guys winning, that's why Israel's taken off. He's gone to get to the after party, and he's gone to celebrate those 3 guys' wins and our achievements. So that's how we feel.
Just a little bit on those 3 guys. Just want to shine some light on the 3 guys that did win. Give us your thoughts on some of the big moments from tonight and the big victories, and some of your favorite moments from that.
Look, Carlos, his right leg was incapacitated during the week. He could not walk on it. I don't know if any of you noticed him limping. He did not once think to himself that he's going to pull out of that fight. He went out there. It was hard. He was very hard on his right leg, but he went out there and won, and he showed heart. Tyson showed what he's been working on for all this time at City Kickboxing. Crisp, accurate striking, straight down the middle, good positioning. And Kevin just showed that he belongs at this level. So that's what that's what me and Izzy are celebrating tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well, I suppose you can't blame him. Eugene Behrman and Israel Adesanya are not particularly interested in talking. And, I get it. Look, man, They ain't never living
this is
this
so
one
different.
down.
This is so different from the knockout. The knockout.
Oh, this is
so
this
different.
is massively
so
different.
much worse. So much. I mean, internally. I
Oh,
feel.
way worse.
Yeah,
Oh,
internally.
internally and externally, in every regard. Like, this is never. You're never getting past this. His career. And look, I'm not here to throw dirt on his right. Like,
No.
he has been a spectacular champion. I think he's clearly the second greatest middleweight of all time, but Pereira is an inexplicable loss. This one is not. But let's hear to the co-main events big winner, Alexander Volkov.
The Ezekiel joke.
Second man in history.
Well, Alex, congratulations on the victory. I don't know if you know, but I think you're one of the third or fourth UFC fighters to ever pull off an Ezekiel choke in there. So what are your emotions after a win like that?
Yeah, first of all, I don't know why I don't have any bonuses tonight. So probably like all the fans in comments I saw, they're saying this, that I have to. It was like my very first submission in the UFC. It was a very good performance with striking, with a really dangerous striker, and all stadion was supporting him. So I don't know, I don't have any bonuses. So it's like question to I don't know who. Yeah, but yeah, I'm feeling great with this. So Ezekiel choke works very good. I know during I did this tonight, I remember everything Alexei Olenek teach me in the past when I was really young and travel with him. So yeah, it was awesome.
So that's not a submission you practice regularly?
Not really. I just know how to do this. Yeah, I try to do some submission with to us first, like so arm triangle guillotine, but doesn't work. He was a little bit like a slippery, and he was like ready for the submission. And I see how Ezekiel choke work with him, and I just did it.
You were in there and you were getting the better of him on the feet too. It looked like after the end of the first round, he was very bloody. So I'm curious, how did the fight play out in camp as compared to how it played out in the actual fight?
Yeah, this was exactly how I planned the fight have to go on. I have in my camp a lot of like a similar style guys. Yeah, but I was really surprised with Saito Wasa. He's a really tough fighter. He get so much punches from me. I throw some of them really hard. I'm feeling how hard it was for him, but he keep stayed on his legs and then fight with me, and I feel he was like a really dangerous all the way, all the fight. So for me, it was like a really good challenge, but it goes really good for me. I work hard and I fight like easy.
The final one for me, what would you like the rest of your year to look like? Would you like to get one more fight in before the end of the year? And if so, do you have names at this point?
Of course, I want to fight. I want to fight as much as possible to get back in title race. So yeah, I'm ready to fight in the end of the year, or maybe like in the beginning of the next year. So I will keep going training. I'm keep going camp. I'm just enjoying my camps, enjoying practice, enjoying learning new things. So I have a lot of fights, as you know, like almost like 50, but I keep learning new things, and I'm really motivated, and I'm feeling like I have everything to be a champion in the future.
Alex, just want to quickly get your thoughts on Ty's walkout music, Missy Higgins. Can I say that Alex Volkov is a Missy Higgins fan after tonight?
I didn't hear this song before, so for me it was a little bit like weird to hear. It was not really like fight music something, but it was nice. It was cool. So I was like, in the flow of all of what's happening today in all stadium and arena. I was in flow. I feeling how everybody support him, but I enjoying the event. I understand all fans who support him beyond his homeland. So I was just a really good mood today, and it was really nice.
Is there a shoey in your plans tonight to celebrate? Когда ты пьешь из...
Oh, oh, I didn't plan then really, like I will drink some beer, but from the glass, like a regular way, or maybe like with like us, but not from sure. Sorry.
Alex.
Yeah.
It seemed like in the build-up to this fight, you and Ty were very friendly, and there wasn't much trash talking as compared to the other fights. Do you feel like they gave you an advantage coming into this fight?
Нет, я понял, концовка. Я понял. Like it's not like my advantage. It is it's really normal. Yeah, I know for fans it's much better and much interesting if fighters like hate each other, but we are both like I'm have a lot of experience in the sport. I was a lot of battles and I meet a lot of different fighters and I understand how it works. It's like all the guys who angry each other after fights they became friends. So it's just maybe for fans, but I understand. I'm trying to be a professional in my sport. I don't put a lot of energy on trash talking on like all these things. I just trying to keep going like straight and to be like a professional and show a really good fight in octagon, not like outside. But I understand that it's more interesting for fans to make some trash talk. I will know English maybe a little bit better, and I will start to try doing too.
You managed to keep the distance pretty well between Ty and yourself. You were using your reach really well, but Ty was getting you with some really good lower calf kicks. Did they start to affect you towards the middle part of the second round before you took him down?
It has some effect, It's like how to say. It will be not so good like for him if he like it just this damage I have from this fight just from his calf kicks. I mean I expect this like before the fight, but my legs was really ready for this. It's just bruises. I'm originally from Kyokushin karate. We have a lot of these kicks, low kicks and calf kicks like in our sport. So I really used to this. It was not a really big deal for me. So especially in the real like last his calf kick, I tried to give him the leg because I feeling when he kicks this he hurt his leg yourself. So feeling this and I just keep going forward and give him this leg. He tried to make this calf, just catch him on this movement and throw him down. So I just expect this. It was not so bad. But it just bruises and you also have it in the fight. Like it's okay.
And finally, for me, does someone like Tom Aspinall interest you in your next fight?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I already followed him, but in London, maybe we can follow him in another place, and he come to maybe US because he too much fought in his homeland and not so much in different countries. So maybe we'll do this in another place.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Alex, just over here.
Oh.
Just over here.
Yeah.
It felt tonight that out of all the non-Australian or New Zealand fighters, you got not as bad as a reception as some of the other ones. What were your thoughts fighting in front of the Aussie crowd?
Как тебя чувствовалось, когда ты дрался в Австралии? И к тебе как относились? Другими больше относились к тебе, меньше относились? Как?
I feel really good here in Australia. Like all fans was really welcome to me. Like outside the outside of arena. So I met a lot of people during all of these 5 weeks on streets, like everywhere, and they make picture with me. So fans here really amazing. I know, like and people from a different society, like live from different job and different age, they all know about MMA. Like it was it really like surprised me here, and all of them want to make some picture, and it was really nice for me. So I feel great. I understand that this is his homeland, and everybody will support him. So it's okay. But I understand that, like for fans, one of us. It could be good. One else have to be bad. Today I was like a bad fighter, but after fight everybody will love me. So it's okay. It's just part of the sport, and I'm feeling good today. It was absolutely like a good feeling.
Alex, just one from me over here. Was Ty better on the ground than you thought he was going to be? As early on in the jiu-jitsu exchanges, he seemed to have some improved defense on the ground. Was his defensive jiu-jitsu a little bit better than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that he like was a little bit expected some jiu-jitsu movement and wrestling movements in this fight. So he trained and working on this a lot. So I saw this. It was so I expected that my ground game with him will be a little bit easy for me. But he was really good prepared to this fight in jiu-jitsu game. I tried to do some like chokes in the first round and earlier like middle of second, but I can do this. He was a little bit slippery, big, really strong enough to defend. Yeah, and it was good. So it was good because it make some show for fans and make a fight a little bit longer. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, thanks so much.
Casey, with Alexander Volkov now leaving, you know what that means. There's just one man left, the only man who was ever important to this. No disrespect to the others. The UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland. That's going to be a while to get that one down, huh?
I understand all those those words individually, but when you put them together in one sentence, it made no sense.
Don't make no sense. Dude, the way it happened is the part that's really blowing my mind. Like
on our preview show, on our fan Q&A, we kept talking about what's the craziest outcome. I was like, I could see Izzy getting caught. I could see him getting wrestled and submitted. I don't see it happening, but I can see it. I didn't see this. I didn't see
him getting caught in a 25-minute ass whooping. Just,
and it's crazy because that was Sean Strickland. That was the same Sean Strickland we've always seen. If you take
made
away,
Izzy look like Nasruddin Imavov.
Yeah, I think if you take away the incredibly high stakes of the fight and take away the one knockdown, I know I'm taking away a lot. It was actually a very boring. Oh yes.
Oh, we do have Manel Kape. Good. I wonder how many slurs.
Congratulations on the win, the bonus, and a great fight.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling about your performance and your opponent?
I feel good. I think I did a good performance. I did what I have to do. About my opponent, I knew he was a tough kid, like I said before. He's a tough kid. He's a debut. You don't have nothing to lose. He came. He surprised me with his range. I have long arms. So I have to make a couple exchanges during the fight. But all good. We win, and this is all that matters.
Was he tougher than you thought, or was it about what you expected?
No, I always expect the fighters to be tough because this is what I do. They train to be tough, to be good, like he was good. So nothing surprised to me, you know. The kid was really tough. I dropped him many times. He didn't break. So congratulations to him too.
After the fight, you made it clear that you would like to fight Kai Kara-France. You also used a word about his teammates that perhaps was a little bit regretful.
Pardon?
Do you used a homophobic slur in your post-fight interview? Dana White said you were sorry for this. I wanted to confirm that you are apologetic.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's emotional, you know. During the fight, during the interview, we are all emotions. We say things that we don't want to say, but for who feel bad about that, I apologize.
Why is the fight with Kai Kara-France something you want so bad, and what is it about him that you seem to dislike so much?
Was in that moment was the fight what I want. I really training hard for fight Kai Kara-France, and that's the fight that put me in a good spot in the division, and that a win in this and in this night was supposed to be to fight next for the title. And like I say, I just believe they are a little bit hypocrisy because they team say that they have to go into injuries. You know, they have to fight. There was talk about Drico, about Israel Adesanya. He didn't fight because of injuries. And what happened to Kaikara? We didn't know really what happened, you know. So this is my question to him, you know.
How do you think that fight goes?
It's going very well, you know. We see he was not 100% sure to fight me because I have an injury, a lot of injury in this fight camp. Even 1 week ago in my cut weight, I have a big injury. I didn't pull out of the fight. Just for you guys know, I have a big injury. I didn't pull up. I just stopped 3 days to relax, and I keep going.
Is the injury something you'll have to have surgery on, or is it just recovery?
I have to check because I have to do a race sheath. If something broke, I'm not gonna say what is the part, but I just gonna tell you I have a big injury. And like you guys see, normal I move a lot in fights. I didn't move a lot. I was more concerned about my injury and not to get exposed. So, but I go into injury. This is the mentality of the champ, you know. I'm not going to waste the time of anyone, and I'm not going to waste my time.
Staying with Kai, he fought for the interim title not too long ago, and he headlined his last card. Do you think, given the heat between you and Kai, that you could make this a main event of a fight night, and you two would fight for 5 rounds instead of 3?
Definitely not a fight night. Definitely a pay-per-view.
Sure. And then the last one for me on this fight specifically, is this the type of fight that you enjoy? Like Felipe seemed, I know you were injured, but he was in there. He was throwing a lot of exciting, dynamic strikes. He was throwing spinning back elbows. He was going for submissions and everything. Is this the type of fight that you enjoy in there?
I been have a easy fight in UFC, you know. All my fight was like easily. I didn't feel like I'm going to. I was in war. I didn't feel hurt. I didn't feel anything, you know. When I say that the ranking is just a number, it's just a number. This kid just proved that he was more tough than anyone I fight here in UFC, you know. And I feel more in trouble with this kid than any other fighters that I fight, you know. So I love the kind of fight. I like to feel that I'm hurt, I'm going home, I'm going to take care of myself, you know. So I really enjoy.
Actually, one more for me. You and Israel obviously had that exchange on stage at the press conference. I'm curious, did you watch his fight against Sean Strickland, and what did you think of it?
You know, karma is a bitch. You know, because he told last time in last press conference to Strickland, if he pay attention on Alex Pereira, you know, I told him, hey, pay attention on your guy, you know, your business is against Strickland. And he was so focused on me, then focus on Strickland. Look what happened. Like I say, karma is a bitch. Congratulations to Strickland. We go home with 2 victories.
Manel Kape, who had a fight of the night winning performance against Felipe Dos Santos. But Casey, we're not here to talk about that. We're still here to talk about Sean Strickland. Because
What?
Sean Strickland, it remains the UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Serious?
Sean Strickland.
Are you
still,
sure about this?
as of 1:30 a.m. Eastern time, Sean Strickland is still.
I thought I was getting punked. Okay. Have you got confirmation on this?
We've confirmed with all the sources. This appears to be legit.
Okay, if you say,
This is
I'll go with it. I'll go with it. But I'm still
MMA Fighting
right.
first to report. Make sure to tag us. MMA Fighting first with the breaking news. Sean Strickland,
Breaking
middleweight
news.
champion of the world. This is about to be the most fun, however long. I have to imagine it's not terribly long, because I don't even think about it, Casey. I don't want you to like make a list. How many fighters do you think you would pick to beat Sean Strickland in a fight at the middleweight weight class right now? Just say a number that feels right. Speak it from here.
If you want to ask me a month ago, pre the Whitaker fight, I would say, at least 6. I don't know.
Yeah.
6.
Lucky number 7 was right. Was my vibes.
Yeah.
I don't think I changed that, but maybe I don't. Maybe I have to. I don't know. Like, here's the thing about having a champion like Strickland, which is a super weird thing to say. He has fought so often and so frequently. This is like if Donald Cerrone had become champion, but not during like one of his good runs, one of his like 8-fight winning streaks. You're like, oh, he put it together. It's like, well, what if Donald coming off back-to-back wins just kind of spiked one in a title fight, and now he's in there, but we've also seen him lose to Jared Cannonier, who is clearly not the best middleweight in the world. It is. For years, I wanted this situation. It felt like we'd have a dominant champion kind of smothering weight classes. I was like, why can't we just get a rock, paper, scissors? Just some turmoil, some turnover. And now look at us. 12 new champions within the last year, Casey. 12 title fights have changed hands.
And
freaking nuts.
And the craziest part of the whole night, I will say this, was the most wholesome speech of the whole night was Strickland's post-fight victory speech. When he did the whole, hold up, I have one more thing to say, I was like, oh no. And then it was
you should never.
It was just, and it was not, we are in bizarre world, but Sean Strickland did it. He earned it. And as crazy as it was him winning this way, I thought the most unpredictable, the most craziest outcome was him winning like this. This was actually, in a weird way, the best way in a sense, because it's not a fluke. He won tonight. It wasn't GSP Sarah. It wasn't, I don't know. It just wasn't there was nothing fluky about it. He just won. And you don't
trip into an ass beating,
Yeah, for 25 minutes.
Now, you could sell me, and Behrman didn't really give it much play. Jose asked, but you could sell me on the idea that Izzy never recovered from that first right hand that
I was wondering about
nearly
that.
finished him. Like, that's really possible. We've heard other fighters say that before. TKZ famously after the Brian Ortega was like, I don't remember a single thing that happened after that elbow in the first.
Actually,
like,
I think TJ Dillashaw versus Henan Barao too. Man, he got hurt in that first round, and he wound up surviving for like 4 rounds. So it was just like 4 rounds of ass beating. But he was like, oh, I was done in round 1. So I really, we don't know, and unfortunately, I think Izzy will.
We'll never know.
Time. Yeah, well, we'll never know.
I
But
doubt
maybe I don't know. Maybe he'll be a little more. Maybe. We'll see how honest he is about it. We'll have to check on stylebender.com, whatever his blog is. But
I mean, he's largely open and honest, and it's so like that. You could sell me that that's what happened, or you could sell me that Sean Strickland is a uniquely bad style matchup for Izzy. I didn't think that was the case coming in, and I crunched a lot of tape, and the things that I saw, I think that I'm just stupid. So I'm gonna have to go back because it was like, okay, because all of the stuff that I thought would happen in that fight happened. It just didn't end up mattering. Like, Sean Strickland bit on just about every feint that Izzy threw, but then when Izzy did throw something to follow it up, Strickland just defended it. Like, he was not there to be hit. His defense was impeccable that evening, and without somebody like Pereira who's going to make you pay the one time it hits, Izzy not built like that. So this will be a fun one to go back and rewatch this fight in particular, and then just go see where I was wrong, because obviously I was. And I don't feel bad about it. I will tell you, the one thing I feel the most bad about, Casey, I almost picked Strickland, and I didn't almost pick him because I thought he was going to win. I was going to do it for the bit, because I have been picking the bit this year and it's been going really well. I was like, let's do it again. I was like, can't do it. And now I'd be a legend if I had just shamelessly picked him for the bit.
I picked O'Malley to beat Aljo based on vibes. I didn't have Strickland vibes this week. I just
There
didn't
were
have
no
it.
vibes.
I didn't have
I mean,
it.
there were vibes that he was having a good time, but even up to the walkout, and I mean, the commentary booth talked about it. Like, I thought Strickland was. I think I wrote in the live blog, I know this look. I've had this look on my face. This is a man who knows he's about to go get his ass kicked, and he's walking with resolve and a hint of regret about the circumstances that have led him to this path. Like, that's just what he looked like. And even starting, like, maybe he looked a little bit like that. And then he got into a fist fight. And by the end of it, he's talking shit to Izzy. And Izzy didn't want no part of it at the end of it either. Like, I won't say he broke Izzy, but I have never, like, even when Kelvin, dude, even when Kelvin
you were there.
Gastelum
We were there.
put
We
the
were
fear
there
of
in
God,
Atlanta.
we're there. But
Compare those
like,
fifth
think
rounds.
about-
Compare the
think
attitude
about
of
the-
Izzy in those fifth rounds.
Exactly. The difference of Izzy standing, I am willing to die for this. Like, saying that before going in to that fifth. And at the end, when Sean Strickland is beckoning him on and being like, fuck you. And Izzy's just backing up and didn't want any part of it. Like,
I was
that
shocked.
was like, because that was the thing. I got a little like tentative. It was like, oh, this is where you do something real dumb and maybe you get caught at the end here, Sean, and that would be funny. But also, like, you're going to be the champ. You don't need to do this. And then Izzy just backed off. That whole fight is baffling.
And that's why I really wanted the Izzy interview, a real post presser with him, because I wanted to know in that fifth round. We saw you when you fought Kelvin. I'm not sure what the score was going into that fifth round. I don't know if the fight was still up for grabs, but it was clearly a competitive fight no matter what. Izzy knew he was
vaguely
down.
recall it being up for grabs.
Okay. Well, at least the rounds were close enough that it was legitimately up for grabs.
Honestly,
this round,
in the arena, nobody had a scorecard on that fight. You were just
watching.
You were locked in. Yeah.
But it's who is that? Is this a different fighter now? Is this a different person? He has to be a different person, because think about who he was then to become champion versus, a multimillionaire, worldwide celebrity now. So, I mean, he has to be a different person. But I was kind of shocked. That's why I want to hear from Izzy, because I believe Izzy was going to win this fight easily. Not easily, but dominantly. He was, obviously, Strickland has earned this.
I thought he was going to win easily.
Well, I mean, easily in the sense that it wasn't going to be competitive, but okay,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just.
I don't know, man.
Okay, like when Julia Pena beat Amanda Nunes, that made sense to me. That night.
I knew
sense.
that could happen.
Yeah, that could happen. I just didn't see this happening. I don't understand. I don't.
Yeah.
Have
So
you
it's going to be really fun to go back and watch, man. I'm really excited about this one. I think one of the things that I didn't hear anybody mention, if somebody did, sorry, heading into this, and I started thinking about in that third round, because I thought Izzy won the second round. I thought he came back and was like, okay, this is, and I thought that's how that fight would go, and that Strickland maybe missed his shot. Like, he had his opportunity, didn't step up on the gas, and now Izzy was going to go full defense mode and just leg kick him and stick and move. And then Strickland kind of worked his way through it, gave a round off and got there. And I thought in that third round when Strickland came out and then started to see Strickland just beat him up, just like, I'm just going to keep staying in your face. I'm going to throw combinations. I'm going to keep working the jab, the double jab. And I was like, I didn't think about it because he's not like old. Izzy got a lot of fight years on him, like a lot of city miles on him. He's been kickboxing since like 15, 20 years at this point. I think 15 years professionally kickboxing at this point. And look, he's been really smart. They took time off after the Pereira loss, but he does fight. He's one of the most active champions the UFC has ever had historically. He fights all the time. And he was fighting all the time in kickboxing. And at some point, the rubber does meet the road. And so maybe part of the reason he was struggling, because you heard him say it to his corner in between the fourth and the fifth round, was a little bit of a lack of urgency from what I could hear from the corner as well, which was interesting. Because it felt like they should have been like, "Hey, man, you like really need to do this." But he was telling Eugene in there, I can't find my jab out there. I can't get it going. And credit to Strickland, he was not allowing that to be a weapon.
Strickland took it away.
But Strickland took it away, and then that part of me comes back to one of the first things I always notice, and particularly it's really evident if you go back and watch fighters as they start to lose the battle with Father Time. Power stays forever. You'll always have power, and you can always have a lot of tricks. But the thing you start to notice, particularly with guys like Jose Aldo and Anderson Silva, like the greats, they stopped pulling the trigger. They can't find the window as readily. It's not as easy, and then they hesitate more because they see it, but it's like a split second too late to fire, and so there starts to be this hesitation. And again, we're not going to know for a while, but Izzy did not pull the trigger a lot in there, and a lot of that certainly is Sean Strickland taking that away from him. But is some of it that he's getting old, in fight years at least? I don't know. This is fascinating. We're going to have so much fun with Sean Strickland, the UFC middleweight champion, Casey. It's going to be the best. Because here's the other thing. I wrote about this week. We did a roundtable, and one of the questions in the roundtable was, and I'm pulling it up right now, so I have the exact quote of the question. Where would it rank as an all-time upset? And I was like, super high, obviously. I think this is, for my money, this is the second biggest upset in the history of the sport. I just honestly don't really believe anything will top GSP Sarah at the time. Being there, it was an insane thing that still doesn't make sense. Even with hindsight, it doesn't.
Because the fight didn't even make sense to even happen. So I completely understand. Yeah. But this
And
fight,
I think a lot of people will argue Peña Nunes was less, as a person, one, who predicted it, less shocking to me. And two, I think that avenue was clear, but I didn't see a single person be like, Sean Strickland's going to win this fight. I think this is one of the biggest upsets of all time. But where I had my hot take was, I think he's going to be fine on the mic. I think he's going to be fine because Sean Strickland doesn't say that much bad stuff unless he has like a long time to talk. And then, you go down, like you go down the rabbit hole and eventually something bad will pop out. But like, she's kind of been that way every time, and he's done a post-fight interview or whatever. And it was, I think you said it earlier, it was the best post-fight speech of the evening. And it was the one I thought we were going to get. A little more friendly between him and Izzy than I thought. I didn't think that they would be like still mean or whatever, but they had some animosity, and particularly with the ending of Izzy just shirking away as Strickland screams obscenities in his face. Thought there might be a little bit more friction there, but I think I wrote in the roundtable, I was like, he's probably going to get up there and be like, if he wins, going to be like, I'm just a white trash piece of shit and I ain't nothing, and now I'm the champion. That's weird. Which is pretty much what happens, because that's like who he is. That is the charm and appeal of Sean Strickland. And now that dude is your middleweight fucking champion. It's the best. It's the best.
I hope that however long Sean Strickland is champion, I hope this version of him is what we get.
I see a belt.
Who is this?
I see a belt, which means a new middleweight champion, Jonathan Strickland.
All right.
Here we go.
It's the UFC's worst nightmare.
Oh man,
what a hat.
Hunter and Dana were like, "Fuck this."
Sean, first of all, congratulations on being the world champion. Did that fight play out how you thought it was going to? Was the game plan just put him on the back foot, pressure him?
I thought I was going to be leaving with a concussion, but I feel relatively fine other than a few, bumps and bruises. Yeah, no, I mean, the game plan was a wrestle, you guys. We wrestled all camp, but, when you're a little autistic, you just kind of do what you do.
Lots of people are saying that Israel himself looks kind of off tonight. Do you think he was off, or do you think you made him look off by your style?
I think I'm one of the best strikers in the world. Anytime you're doing the man dance, you're one punch away from being knocked out. But I could spar with any world champion boxer and get the better of him. So I don't know, man. I just think I'm one of the best strikers in the world.
You nearly had him out of there.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. I watched him fight Kelvin, and he was like, "Oh, you don't have a chin like Kelvin. You might have his cardio, but I'm like, chin like Kelvin, motherfucker. last time I sparred Kelvin, the coach jumped in and made a stop. Like you have no fucking idea. Like I've seen the guys you beat, and you should see me spar the guys you beat, motherfucker. Like, no idea. So it was just kind of like, I just think sometimes I run my mouth so much that people forget that I know how to fight.
Is that something you're going to change?
No, fuck you guys. No, fucking got dick ring over there, man. Like, never stopping, man. Never stopping.
Did you think the referee was going to stop it when you're teeing off on him?
No, like whenever he came to, there was a moment where I thought he was going to, but once he stood up and he came to, he wasn't ready. Here's the thing, guys. I don't hit that fucking hard. We all know that. I don't hit that hard. So if I'm going to knock somebody out, they gotta be ready.
Dana says that they'd like to do the rematch. Is that something you're open to? I mean,
here's the thing, you guys. Well, I haven't learned anything about the UFC. Since when do you have a fucking choice of who you fight? The UFC never comes up to you and says, hey, Sean, would you like to fight this guy? Would you like to fight this guy? The UFC says, hey, you're fighting this guy. Fight this guy. So at the end of the day, I'm the champion. So fucking line him up. I'll knock him down or get knocked down.
How do you rate your own performance, right? Do you think, because look, the game plan was to wrestle, you didn't. You had that in the back pocket that you could have gone to if you wanted to. So that means if in the rematch, do you think you just do the same thing again? Or is it you're going to prove that actually I can beat Israel in any way?
I mean, I would like to wrestle one fight just so people know I can wrestle. Because I keep telling these fucking guys I can wrestle, but I never do it. So maybe one fight I'll wrestle just so people are like, oh yeah, Sean can wrestle. He does know what a takedown is. So maybe one day.
How does it feel to be the world champion? I mean, you said yourself in the cage that you hadn't having doubts when you were on your way out there, and I'm sure there are probably times in your career you never thought this was going to happen, right? So
yeah,
to be sitting up there with that belt, tell me about it.
I mean, I'm pretty much over it now, guys. It was exciting for like a minute, but now it's just on the next. At the end of the day, guys, here's the thing, guys. Say me and Izzy fighting again, and say the Chinaman clips me. And then Izzy's sitting here and he's saying, how does it feel to be a world champion? As his acrylic fucking nail. So like, a lot of this is bullshit. I like to fucking fight. I like the fans. I love my job, but a lot of this is fucking bullshit.
So you're not going to be wearing that out to the club or anything?
No. I'm going to go probably get some room service and wait to get the fuck home.
Congratulations.
No, hey, by the way, bro, we've been riding this. What is your name? I don't fucking know your name.
Oscar.
Oscar's been with me since fucking day one, bro, at the fucking Apex. Always interviewing me. Let's go, Oscar.
Thanks, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you for the lovely
dick ring guy.
Yeah. My Twitter mentions are just lovely right now after that media day.
Oh man, well fucking hey man, I didn't shove the needle through your dick.
Kind of going off the Apex thing, could you ever go back to fighting in front of no one now after what we experienced out here with all these fans?
You guys, I just like to fight, man. You guys understand? I don't fight because I fight because it allows me to train. So all this does is finance my hobby. So this is the only reason why I fight is because I have a hobby of training, and this allows me to do it.
And you've obviously been one of, if not the most active middleweights over the last several years. But as champion, you might have to kind of pull back from the amount of fights you have in a short amount of time.
Well, I'm going to be making more money now, you guys. I'm fucking my Hyundai accent. I'm going to put some spinners on that motherfucker. I'm going to have a $16,000 Hyundai accent with like a $20,000 spinning rims. I'm going to lift that mother. That's going to be great. Fucking great.
Well, kind of going off of that, what in your life is going to change now as like in regular life?
Fucking nothing, man. I don't even have a fucking GED, you guys. Come on, man. Like, I could barely fucking write. You'd give me a pen and paper, tell me to write some shit, and I can't even fucking, come on. I'm not an asshole, man. Like, here's what they do. They put a camera in our faces, and they make us feel like a pretty little whore, and they make us feel special, but like, I'm a fucking fighter, bro. I take my money off and I try to fucking kill a man for 25 minutes. Like, come on.
And final one for me, Israel came over and was saying some stuff to you right after they wrapped the belt around you. Do you remember what he told you?
It was fucking strange, you guys. It was fucking strange. He was like I think he was mad that I made from his dog. I'm not even joking. Is that what it was? He was mad that I made from his dog. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Like, are we having this conversation? Like, yeah, truly was mad. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Izzy, I'm sorry I made fun of your dog. I'm sure he's a great fella.
I think it was this dog that's passed away that's tattooed on his neck.
Oh, is that what it is?
He said in an interview he was going to go John Wick on you.
Oh, man, I have killed a dog once. Crazy story, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
want to clarify anything about that? Because I think some people are a little
man.
bit...
No, yeah. Like, I have weird past, you guys. Weird past. Think about it.
It seemed like in the first round, you checked a kick that seemed to really get to him. I think you did a good job having a good poker face, but did you notice that at all? It seemed like you checked a kick really well, and that seemed to bother him for maybe the rest
No,
of the
man,
fight.
I wasn't even thinking about it. We're just going in there fucking fighting, doing the thing, man. Yeah. You know, like, here's the thing. For 25 minutes, you just got to tell yourself, I'm ready to die in this motherfucker. You know, I'm ready to die in this motherfucker. And, like, if you start looking at a guy's face when he's hurt, when he's not hurt, like, I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah. Was the defending the leg kicks, though, a big part of the strategy, something that you knew you would have to do a lot in there because he was kicking a lot?
You know, I'm going to clarify that statement because I'm going to get my Instagram flooded. I was hiking once. I had a bunch of dogs off a leash with all my little fucking rascals running around. And there was like these fucking stray dogs, dude, vicious fucking pit bulls, and they came run at my dog. I had a gun, fucking boom, plugged one. So, you know, to clarify, it was self-defense. But anyways, yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a fucking dog, Izzy. Calm the fuck down, dude. Oh, fuck. No, Izzy, I'm sorry. I'm sure your dog's a great fellow. This is how it starts, you guys. You fucking do this to me, Canada. Calm the fuck down. Yeah, you didn't even fucking dress up, dude. Cockbroom's wearing a fucking suit, and you're fucking looking like you just woke up.
This is the similar shirt that we did in the interview the other day. I thought it was good luck for you.
Yeah, guys. I'm tired, man. I'm fucking tired, guys. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm tired. A lot of energy today.
Yeah. What do you think Israel will say going into the next fight? Because he came in here, but he didn't talk anything about it. He just said, my coach is going to do my post-fight interview for me, and he left, and Eugene answered all the questions.
I don't fucking know. Like, you win some, you lose some. Just man the fuck up. You know, you win some, you lose some. Man the fuck up. Like, you know, there's a chance I fight somebody else, and I'm fucking in the back room, bloody, fucked up. It's fucking fighting, you guys. Like, any given fucking Sunday, man, we're throwing 4-ounce gloves really fucking hard.
Would you, just one more. If it is someone else and for some reason the timing doesn't work out for Izzy or something like that, do you think it should be Jared or Drickus?
I don't care, man. Don't give a fuck. Whoever the UFC wants.
Congrats, man.
Sean, just over here.
Hey, no more dog questions, you guys. Fuck, it's getting awkward in here.
I mentioned to you on the at the press conference on Thursday about the whole UFC card number being 93 and 193 Holly Holm shocking the world, and here we are sitting with you at UFC 293 after you shocking the world. I just want to get your thoughts and sort of what goes through your mind knowing that you proved a lot of people wrong tonight.
Oh, fuck, I think I might prove myself wrong, you know? Fuck, man, you watch Izzy go and fuck everybody up, and you walk through them pretty easily. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's just a weird day, guys. Weird fucking day. Weird day. Here we are.
Just one more is, you spoke a lot about the Australian fans this week, sort of cheering you on. How much of an impact did that have for you during the fight itself?
Oh, yeah, man, walking out, all the fucking love, even the 4th round, 5th round cheering. But at the end of the day, man, Izzy made it easy. Like, he fucking walked out with Chinese shorts on. Like, how the fuck, I know he's not Australian, but, like, how the fuck does that happen? Like, I mean, I'm asking you guys, like, why did he have Chinese shorts on? I'm asking you guys. Like, at the end of the day, man, this is the problem with this fucking world. All Izzy had to do is say, hey, you guys, Australia, New Zealand. I'm sure Izzy spent a lot of time in Australia. Where does Izzy live? Does he live in New Zealand or Australia? All Izzy had to do, guys, I am an immigrant to New Zealand. I'm an immigrant to this part of the world. And you guys welcomed me as one of your own. And you guys gave me a great life. And I want to thank everybody for that and give me this opportunity. But he fucking didn't. He said, I am fucking Chinese. Like, I don't fucking know, guys. I mean, what does one say to this? I mean, you guys are Australian. What the fuck? Or New Zealand.
Hey, Sean. You got very animated there in the last minute of the fight. What were you saying to Izzy in the ring?
I think I just called him the Chinaman. I said, come on, Chinaman, let's fight. That's what he is, right? The Chinaman. And here's the thing, guys. Izzy's a fucking legend, and I don't like to make fun of him because he is a fucking legend. But, I mean, he fucking came out with, like, the Chinese colors, dude. The fucking Chinese colors, man. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
And Sean,
No, I'm asking you guys. I'm asking you guys, what is the logic coming out, like, to fucking the CCP Communist fucking party, bro? Like, does he want to go, like, is he like, motherfucker, dude? Even now talking about it, I can't even wrap my head around that fucking spineless shit.
Sean, just also wanted to get your thoughts on sharing the moment with Eric and the team. He was talking about how much work went into this camp, obviously, and Extreme Couture. Just want to shine some light on what that meant for you to share that moment just before with him?
Yeah, no, I mean, Eric is a fucking leader, man. You know, he always motivates me between rounds. He's always fucking pushing me in the gym. I'm always working my fucking ass off. He's always giving me the hardest rounds. Like, I have a great team. I have a fucking great team, and I would not be here without my team. Even Alex Zarate, man, I've been with him since I was fucking 14 years old, you know? So, yeah, I just have a fucking solid fucking team. Everybody at Extreme's amazing.
And Sean, just one over here. You said that one of the first times you were truly happy in your life was when you won your first fight. Does this moment now winning the belt rank as one of the happiest in your life?
I mean, it was pretty good. I'm kind of over it now. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what do we do? You know, the past is the past. Move the fuck on. Right? What now? I'm going to go back to training. Everyone's going to congratulate me. I'll say, thank you, guys. And then we just move the fuck on. I mean, this shit doesn't make me happy. Sure. I actually don't know what does make me happy at times.
Sean, just down here, I know
I did like watching the blood splatter from his face, so that was kind of nice. That kind of made me a little happy.
You say just then, you know, you move on and the next day may not be that different, but there was no hiding it throughout the hype up for this fight. Clips of you talking about kind of what growing up for you was like, and your life was kind of put a little bit on show. To go from everything you've been through to now holding that belt that says you're the baddest man at middleweight on the planet. What do you think about that?
Yeah, thank God for child abuse, right? Fuck yeah. Let's go childhood traumas and repressed memories. You fucking, you got me to where I needed to be, man. Like, fucking dad, you're fucking awesome, man. All of the years of abuse, you really made me the man I had to be today. I don't fucking know, you guys. I'm just happy that this fucking world has a place for us, you know. If it wasn't for this, man, I'm sure I would have fucking committed some random act of violence and fucking been locked up for killing somebody. So fucking huzzah the UFC, man. Thank you for fucking saving someone's life, including my own.
I was just going to follow up, Sean. Is that kind of what the belt represents? Maybe you don't care about it, but that's, you know, if you're looking at that statement, that seems to be something pretty deep.
Yeah, man. It's just kind of weird, dude. Like, whenever you talk to normal people, and I know we're not all normal, but whenever you talk to normal people who have like a conscience, you know, it's like, you guys are fucking strange, man. I can't even relate to most people. So like, it's amazing that you just, every day I got to go in the gym and try to murder my friends, and all the demons just vanish away for a day. So I love this fucking sport. Tuesday, you guys, Extreme, get ready. I'm going to fucking be my Dr. Phil again.
You said earlier, as well as earlier before the fight, you talked about you talk a lot and people forget that you can fight. And you mentioned feeling maybe a little bit underestimated. Do you think Israel underestimated you tonight?
Yeah, fuck. I mean, apparently so, man. God damn, dude. I feel like the guy didn't even fucking try. There's moments where he's throwing punches where I'm like, am I fighting an amateur right now? What the fuck is going on? But, yeah, you know, I think I run my mouth a lot and people forget I can fight. But here we are, you guys. You're going to have to talk to me for a little bit longer. Sorry about that.
Hey, Sean. Back, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're a clean-cut looking motherfucker, man. Let's go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I do. I just like that you take your job serious, man.
Thank you.
You take your job way more serious than I take my job. I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. And congratulations on the win.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your name is going to go down.
You shouldn't be drinking Coke, though. That's bad for you, man. What are you talking about, bro? You guys are Australian. Everybody's skinny here, dude.
Your name will go down in the sports history after you pulled off one of the greatest upsets.
Yeah, right. How did this asshole ever get a belt? Who the fuck let this happen, man? Hunter and Dana are probably like, this motherfucker. How the fuck did we let this fucking retard get a belt? We fucked up. Why did we agree to this? So many other options, and we let Sean Strickland fight Izzy. No, hey, sorry, guys, man.
Yeah, so your name will go down along some of the greatest upsets ever. Just how does that make you feel, you know, long after your career is done, that your name will always be brought up when people talk about the greatest upsets in UFC history?
Oh, man, I don't know, dude. I don't really give a fuck about this sport. Like, dang. Do I get to keep this? Do I get to keep a belt? They give me a belt? What do these motherfuckers sell for these days? How does that work? Well, does anybody know? I'm going to lift my Hyundai.
What was there a certain point in the fight, maybe towards the fourth or the fifth round, where it hit you that you've won the fight and the only way you could lose from there was being knocked out? Or was it at the end there, that final 20 seconds when you started screaming at him?
Fucking dog here. I'm sure he is. He wasn't here. Fuck, he's gonna come. He's gonna fucking shoot me now. Sean insulted my dog, my best friend. Like, what the fuck, dude? Stay on point. I'm sorry, bro. I literally, guys, I have some brain damage. Yeah, come teach me how to fucking speak. Yeah, no, man, guys, it was good, man. It was good. He's a good guy. Good fight. You know, I gave 110%. Gave 110%. Went hard in the first, second round. I felt good. Like, the fuck do you guys want from me, man?
Just finally, we searched it up over here. A UFC replica belt goes for about $1,700. So.
Oh, that's it? Oh,
Yeah.
well, fuck that, dude. I'm going to keep that motherfucker.
Well, congratulations on the win anyway.
$1,700? Well, fucking A, man. If that doesn't make you feel like a cheap whore, nothing will. Thank you, guys. Have a good one, guys. It's been great.
That's Sean Strickland with one of the most unique closing lines to the history of a UFC post-fight presser. And honestly, not saying it's right. Not saying it's right. I don't know how to react to this, Casey. This is the best.
This is the life. This is the life we chose.
I love this so. God, this, however long this ride lasts, is gonna be forever now. Sean Strickland gets to be called a former champion. Like, he's never fighting at the Apex again because he's Sean Strickland. He's now minimum co-main event on anything moving forward. Hit the music, Casey, because we're out of here, and we'll have a post show. It's gonna be a real mix. I don't know who's on it. Full transparency, based on the Slack messages going on, I'm gonna be in this mood. Casey's gonna be in that mood, and some other people might be way less happy about our new world order. So tune in as we discuss, I would say, all the things. We're just gonna talk about Sean Strickland for now. Thank you for tuning in. Post show coming your way. MMAfighting.com. Love y'all.
Did Sean Strickland really win? He won, right? He won.
He dominated. Didn't just win. Dominated. Beat that ass, Casey. He beat that ass.